In only 1 year, I went from a miserable waiter,
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. 1 sec.
lost in life, to my dream career as a video editor for 3 famous YouTubers, Luke Ike, KellyWakasa, and SoupTimmy. But how did I do that? Well, since I was miserable as a waiter, getting all those customers yelling at me every 5 seconds,
I'm gonna lose my job.
personally, I did not like it. I knew I needed change. I always had a passion for making videos on YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
But the only issue was I wasn't making any money from it. Only getting 10 views a video doesn't really do anything for you. People say money doesn't buy you happiness, but it sure helps. Okay, you can have your money back, bro. I don't have any. So I had to figure out a way to make money. And that's where I found out that YouTube editing was an actual job. You can edit videos for YouTubers? I thought they edit the videos themselves. You might be shocked as I am. Or I might just be dumb and that's a strong possibility. So today I'm gonna share my secret formula to you on how I made myself a video editor for these big YouTubers. It comes down to 3 words: networking, drive, and criticism. Starting with networking, let's go back to the start of when I first wanted to become a video editor. I knew I specifically wanted to edit for a YouTuber. So what I started doing was I started typing out hundreds of messages, hundreds of emails, and I reached out to specific YouTubers that I loved watching. In the emails and messages, I basically started with saying something like, your videos really motivated me, just a little bit of a compliment at the start of the message so it pulls them in, sharing my experience in my freelance work, blah 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 blah, basically explaining who I was in the email. And then I would always end with these key things, and I'll edit you a sample video, basically a free video that I'll edit for them to see what I'm capable of. It means they lose nothing because they're not paying me, and they get to see if I'm good at editing. And after I sent these messages, I just waited. Eventually, I got a message back, and it was from Luke Ike. Craziest part is before I started editing for him, he was one of my favorite YouTubers, and it was so exciting that I got his message. Yo, Mom! Luke Ike messaged me!
Are you kidding?
No!
That's great.
Once I got connected with Luke, it was about 5 months later when I actually started editing for Luke. But the thing is, before I started editing for him, I knew I wanted to sharpen my skills. I had to be a good editor. I had to know everything that makes a good video. So I joined a little course I like to call Creator Now. Creator Now was an insane course. It was a 6-week boot camp where I had to make 6 videos for my channel. A video every single week that was better than the video before. And I had to really push myself for this. And I was learning from the best. KellyWakasa's editor, Wyatt Dobson, was one of the people I always looked up to when I was watching Kelly. He was in the course. He was teaching the course. I think he still is. And then there was also people like Mr. Beast's editor now, Hayden Hillier-Smith, which was previously Logan Paul's editor. So these pretty big guys showing me how to edit professionally and showing me how to do it in a YouTube field. Every night I would call people and I would talk to everyone in the course that were like me, and we would just talk about things about our videos, how we should improve them, thumbnails, titles, everything. I felt alive. It lit a fire in me, and that fire hasn't died. I'm more motivated now than I was before, and it's insane. This is the part about networking that was so important to me. And at the same time, when I was working for Luke, he was showing me how to do his style and how to make the video more engaging and how to make sure that there was no fluff in it. And he really coached me well on how to make videos. So appreciate you, Luke. So I was on that grind. I was grinding for about 4 months. And then all of a sudden one day, Luke messaged me out of the blue. Are you free to call quick? And I was like, damn, what did I do wrong? I ended up calling Luke, and Luke said, hey, Kelly's actually looking for an editor for his second channel, Kelwak, and he's liking your style, so he wants to give you a try on his second channel. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Kelly's videos always inspired me as much as Luke's. So I was like, this is sick. 2 of my favorite YouTubers I get to try and edit for. So I call Kelly, he gives me a try, and I just grinded the video, and Kelly ended up liking what I edited. And at the same time, I was also messaging my one friend that I met from Creator Now, SoupTimmy. And I said, hey, if you need any help, I'll help edit a video for you or anything. He ended up messaging me back, and he wanted me to edit one of his videos. So at the same time, I was editing for Kelly, I was editing for SoupTimmy and Luke. Just from talking to people and just from reaching out to people, I ended up working with 3 big YouTubers. You help somebody out, they can help you out. Networking wasn't the only reason I did that. I would need these other 2 components. The second one was drive. I'm a firm believer that you have to have drive and not motivation. Because motivation is temporary. It's like a roller coaster. Some days you feel like doing something, and the other days you're like, nah, I just don't feel like doing it. But drive is consistent. No, even if you don't feel like doing it, you still do it. It's basically you keep yourself disciplined no matter how boring, difficult, or annoying the task is. You're still gonna go in that direction, and even if there's obstacles, you're still gonna keep going in that direction. You're just gonna go around the obstacle. One of the biggest things that had me driven to go after these goals was having a vision of what I wanted to be. I feel like I have a good voice to end up inspiring people. So I want to be able to do that. And I feel like becoming a really good skilled video editor is a part of this big dream of becoming a motivational speaker. So I always had this in the back of my mind. And knowing that I had some big vision, then I know that I have to go after this goal. It's too big for me not to. If I chill today, I'm one day behind. From different parts of my life, when I first started, it was insanely stressful. But if I just relied on motivation, I would have given it up. I had a part-time job. I was working 4 to 5 times a week. I was taking online courses at night. I was filming, editing my own videos. I was editing for this YouTuber that I just started with. And I also have a girlfriend. So there was a lot of things and responsibilities where I needed to push myself. Also to my girlfriend, thank you so much, Keisha, for supporting me through this. That was so stressful. There was countless times where I even stayed up till 3 and 4 a.m. just so I could have that extra time to do everything. And then I'd wake up at around 8 a.m. and restart the day and do it all over again. Another thing that kept me driven to keep going is I knew on the other side of all of this stress, I would have become a stronger, callous person to keep going after my goals. And that I crafted a skill that I could use for the rest of my life, editing videos. And this is only the beginning. My drive will never die because I always have this mindset. You have to fail and you have to get up to control your life, because nobody else can control it for you. The last thing I want to talk about is criticism. I decided to stop thinking my videos were great.
Oh, this is a banger. This is gonna have like 1 million views.
I wanted to be more open-minded, and I let people criticize my work. I gave it to anybody I knew that was creative in videos, and I said, hey, roast me, tell me what's wrong with my video. You could even say it's trash. I didn't care, because I always know that my videos could always be better. There could always be room for improvement. And knowing that drastically changed everything in my field of work. You could make a better story. You could change the pacing to make it better. There's tons of things that you could apply to your video to make it better. And it could be subjective, right? Some people might like the videos, some people might not, because of specifically either the points you said, how it's edited. That's why I love it, because you get to create what you kind of like. My work has been criticized a lot. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have been able to grow. The thing is, most people take offense when somebody says your work is not good.
Video was boring? What the frick? Plus you have a big forehead?
As soon as I sent it to Creator Now, people were pretty brutal about it. And that's what I needed. I needed that to become mentally stronger and stop looking at the criticism as an insult and looking at it as advice. Even if it's something that's not true, like how you look. Maybe somebody criticizes my hair. Yo, your hair's looking too long and shaggy. You should cut it, idiot. No. And even if somebody still doesn't like it, I don't care about your opinion. But maybe if I wanted to take something out of that, I could take the advice. Maybe I should get a trim, that type of thing. This is all a part of growing, and this is why I love video editing. You're given a bunch of pieces to put together like a puzzle, and it's all the footage, and you have to put it into the timeline and make a video. Now you get to send it to the YouTuber who gets to help you put in the final pieces to make sure that the puzzle's good. Because sometimes you might put the piece in the wrong way and it just looks weird. That's where you get to work as a team with the YouTuber, and they get to criticize your work to make it better. And a piece of advice, if your YouTuber doesn't help you fix the video, if they just give you work and they say, no, just fix it, that's not a good YouTuber to work for. They need to help you. You need to be a team to work together to make the video good. And I wouldn't want to work with somebody who isn't clear with what they want, and neither should you. I'm lucky with the YouTubers that I have worked with. None of them have had any of those issues, and they have all helped me put the pieces together to make a banger video. So if you're planning to become a video editor, or honestly anything, networking, drive, and criticism can apply to anything you want to be in life. Believe in yourself, because you can go after any dream you want. And if you end up not liking the dream, you can always go and find a new one. It's your life. Live it how you want to, and know that happiness is a habit.